welcome to Light TV Main News. Our quote of the day is, "We are saved not by what we do for God, but by what Christ has already done for us." The headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema urges Africa to build regional value chains. Cholera cases rise as flooding heightens health risks. Public Service Workers Union defends 700 kwacha salary increment. Ex-addict to mentor 60 students as Riverside Farm tackles drug abuse. And Zambia futsal qualifies for AFCON. FAS President praises team. With the news in detail, my name is Joel Chisompola. President Hakainde Hichilema has urged African nations to work together to build regional value chains, stressing that Zambia must collaborate with SADC, the East African Community, ECOWAS, and the wider continent. Speaking at the 2026 mining endeavor, the president highlighted the strategic role of economic corridors, including Tazara and Lobito, calling on countries to focus on what is being moved, why, and how value can be added locally. He emphasized the critical role of women in mining, noting that licenses alone are insufficient without support mechanisms, and encouraged learning from other countries' experiences to empower women further. President Hichilema also reaffirmed that Africa should anchor joint ventures locally, ensuring they benefit populations while aligning investor priorities with national interests. He concluded that government and business can succeed together, highlighting Zambia's commitment to investor-friendly policies and local development.
We in Zambia are saying we will not allow the mining resources to inject insecurity in our country. Guns, criminality. And we don't want to export insecurity from Zambia to our neighbors and then to the continents. It leads to ugly things. So I thought that these 4 rules must be spelled out here. Legal mining, 1, 2, safe mining, 3, formalities and structured trade in it. 4, insecurity must not be tolerated. We don't want rivers of blood. We don't want instability in governments triggered by this undercover economy and then guns and other things. So I think it's important to indicate those issues. And as I stand down, really, we're focusing on driving green mining, no question about it, environmental protection. But Minister Mantashe, we want to build the regional value chains, not just look at Zambia's endowments and what we can do with other people, but what can we do with ourselves and the countries of SADC and the countries of East African Community, ECOWAS, and the continent as a whole.
The Public Service Workers Union has defended the 700 kwacha salary increment, saying it is a negotiated gain despite the rising cost of living. Union Secretary General Vernon Hamwende says after years of frozen wages, public service workers received increments of 500 kwacha and 550 kwacha over the past 3 years before the current 700 kwacha adjustment. He explains that wage negotiations, which began in November last year, were adjourned twice, raising expectations among union members. Mr. Hamwende says the 700 kwacha increase is added to basic pay, resulting in higher allowances, including housing. While acknowledging the increment may not be enough, the union says the increase is meant to cushion workers, urging members to avoid lifestyle changes as many civil servants remain highly indebted.
Looking at the 700 that was offered, or rather that we attend as the labor movement, apparently it may not be a good offer, but at least it is something that is worth accepting, in the sense that this 700 increment, it is not necessarily meaning that our workers out there will get outright the 700. No. That is what is going to be added to the basic pay. And I should make mention that the basic pay, there are other allowances that are calculated out of the basic pay. So this will translate into other gains. So you find that housing allowance will be increased basing on the new basic salary.
So it's away from the 700.
It's away from the 700.
Okay.
So
and,
people
and you're confirming to us that the 700 kwacha came about because of your negotiations as a labor movement. So
exactly.
you've helped your members.
This is yes. This is what is
so
there.
Credits to you.
Exactly.
It should be credited to you.
The Road Transport and Safety Agency, RATSA, will move to cashless payments for all services nationwide starting March 1, 2026. This is part of government's digital transformation plan. RATSA says that from that date, no office or partner will accept cash for any service. Payments will be made using mobile money, bank cards, or Visa through point-of-sale machines provided by partner banks. The agency says the cashless system will reduce risks linked to cash handling, cut service delays, curb corruption, and improve road safety compliance. Clients can expect easy, safe, and transparent transactions with step-by-step guides displayed at service centers, council offices, Zampost, and ZISC outlets for first-time users. RATSA also confirmed that no extra charges will apply when using the new payment system. The Drug Enforcement Commission has seized over 3 tons of cannabis and arrested several suspects in a nationwide operation targeting illegal drug networks. In a statement issued in Lusaka on Monday, 9th February 2026, DEC Deputy Public Relations Officer Teresa Mawere says the intelligence-led operation codenamed Kufeza has disrupted large-scale cannabis cultivation trafficking activities across the country. In Central Province, 6 suspects were arrested in Lokombuelo Village, Luano District, where officers seized 1,751.6 kilograms of fresh cannabis plants, 4.8 kilograms of cannabis seeds, and 90 grams of loose cannabis. Meanwhile, in Western Province, a joint operation in Nkeyema District led to the arrest of 5 suspects and the seizure of 1,478 kilograms of cannabis by DEC officers from Kawoma and Mongu. In a separate operation in Senanga District, 1 suspect was arrested for trafficking 68.42 kilograms of prepackaged loose cannabis ready for distribution. Ms. Mawere says all suspects are in lawful custody and will appear in court soon. The Drug Enforcement Commission has reaffirmed its commitment to fighting drug production and trafficking and has appealed to the public to provide credible information to help communities and promote a drug-free Zambia.
We just want to let the public know that as Riverside Farm Institute under the Adult Education Department, we are running a 1-month drug awareness program for over 60 students here in the Adult Education Department. Now, this program is very important because Riverside Farm Institute deals with the 4H model, and one of them being health. So we want to ensure that our students are healthy and they are drug-free. You may also wish to understand that this program is being led by Mr. Agrippa Mfune, who battled drug addiction for over a decade. So this is actually very interesting to have someone who battled drug addiction to come and speak to our students. So this is actually a plus for us and also a plus for our students. Thank you.
Zambia has recorded 20 new cholera cases in the last 24 hours with no deaths reported. Cases were reported in Lusaka with 11, Nakonde with 4, Choma at 3, and Mpulungu with 2. Choma is now a new outbreak area, bringing the number of affected districts to 7. Health Minister Elijah Muchima says Lusaka remains the main driver of the outbreak, while Mpulungu faces a second wave of infections. The ministry has warned that seasonal flooding has displaced households, disrupted safe water access, and caused 5 deaths in eastern, southern, Lusaka, and central provinces, increasing the risk of waterborne diseases. Other priority health threats under surveillance include measles and mpox, while Zambia prepares for global risks like Nipah virus, following a World Health Organization alert. The public is urged to practice good hygiene, seek early medical care, and follow health guidance as authorities work to protect lives and safeguard public health.
Zambia has recorded 20 new cholera cases in the past 24 hours, with no deaths reported. Cases from Lusaka, Nakonde, Choma, and Mpulungu, with Choma now a new outbreak district. Health Minister Dr. Elijah Muchima warns that cholera spreads easily through contaminated water and urges communities to treat water, wash hands regularly, and seek medical care early.
Detected on 5th August 2025 in Mpulungu district of Northern Province. Since then, 20 districts across 8 provinces have reported cases. Bacteria and Eastern provinces have remained free of confirmed cholera cases throughout this period. As of 3rd February 2026, the country has recorded a cumulative total of 861 cholera cases and 16 deaths. 7 deaths occurred in health facilities and 9 in community.
Seasonal flooding has displaced families, disrupted clean water access, and caused 5 deaths, increasing the risk of waterborne diseases. Authorities are monitoring measles and monkeypox and strengthening readiness against global threats like Nipah virus. The public is urged to stay vigilant and follow health guidance to protect themselves and their families.
When it comes to chlorine, we have a number of cases that have been particularly confirmed, and our teams on the ground do distribute chlorine to these particular households, whether we have a suspected case or a confirmed case. So in terms of distributing chlorine, we are actually distributing all across Lusaka, but in specific households where we have cases, particularly confirmed or suspected cases.
Reporting for Light TV News, I'm Molusunga Nalwenga in Lusaka.
We take a set of commercials. I'll be right back.
The Battle of the Choirs. The second edition of the Battle of the Choirs is back. This year, the Battle of the Choirs is happening again. It's the second edition 2026. Register your video now. Send in 2 minutes recorded video. Fill in the registration form. Pay registration fee of 250 kwacha, non-refundable. Registration is now open for 7 weeks. Yes, starting from the 1st of February 2026. This competition will run up to June as the dedicated month for crowning the champions. Competition awards for this year include: first prize 100,000 kwacha, second prize 50,000 kwacha, third prize 30,000 kwacha, fourth prize 20,000 kwacha. Guess what? The first choirs to be registered stand a chance to be advertised early on our TV station. Register, register, register now!
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We'll continue with the rest of the news. Riverside Farm Institute has launched a month-long drug awareness sensitization program throughout February 2026. The initiative aims to educate students and the wider community about the dangers of drug abuse while providing practical guidance on quitting. Leading the sessions is Mr. Agrippa Mfune, who overcame a 10-year struggle with addiction. He will share his recovery journey and mentor more than 60 students during the program. Public Relations Officer Bethel Mijelo says the initiative reflects the Institute's commitment to holistic education and community well-being. Japan's new ambassador to Zambia, Mr. Akitero Mikami, has praised Zambia's free education policy, describing it as a game changer that provides every citizen with equal opportunities to learn and succeed. During a courtesy call on Minister of Education, Mr. Douglas Yakalima, Ambassador Mikami reaffirmed Japan's long-standing friendship with Zambia and expressed strong commitment to deepening collaboration in the education sector. Mr. Siakalima thanked the Japanese government for its continuous support, highlighting key projects such as the construction of STEM school laboratories and nationwide improvements in water and sanitation that benefit schools and communities. Ambassador Mikami succeeds Ambassador Takuchi Kazuki, who oversaw major initiatives including the expansion of Sianda Secondary School in Nalolo District, reinforcing Zambia's efforts to strengthen learning infrastructure. The visit signals a renewed partnership between Zambia and Japan aimed at advancing quality education for all children and youth across the country. The Zambia Police Service has confirmed through DNA testing that Astrida Chanda is the biological mother of a baby girl reported stolen in Lusaka last year. Police spokesperson Godfrey Chilabi says the confirmation follows forensic analysis conducted after the child was recovered from a suspect. The case was first reported on October 28, 2025, after a 6-week-old baby was allegedly taken by an unknown woman in the Mbasela area of Kanyama compound. Mr. Chilabi says police later arrested 44-year-old Esther Musonda Piri of Makeni on November 14, 2025, and the baby was safely recovered during an intelligence-led operation. Investigations revealed the suspect had renamed the child Jennifer Montamwila and allegedly obtained a fake under-5 card to claim the baby as her own. DNA samples were taken from the child, the complainant, and the suspect. Results received on February 4, 2026 confirmed Astrida Chanda as the mother and ruled out Esther Musonda Piri. Following the results, Ms. Piri has been formally charged with child stealing and is awaiting court proceedings while police continue investigating forgery and the use of false documents. The child is now under the temporary care of the Department of Social Welfare as legal processes continue. The Zambia Meteorological Department has issued a 24-hour flash flood and floods monitor warning of possible flooding in several parts of the country following continued heavy rainfall. According to the alert issued at 12:30 hours on 9th February 2026, areas marked red and yellow on the National Flood Risk Map are expected to experience flash floods and flooding. High-risk provinces include Eastern, Muchinga, and Copperbelt, with districts such as Chadiza, Chama, Chibombo, Chingola, Isoka, Kalulushi, Kasenengwa, Katete, Kitwe, Luansha, Mafinga, Mpika, Mufulira, Nakonde, Ndola, Serenche, and Siavonga among those most affected. Several districts across central, Lusaka, northern, northwestern, southern, and western provinces are under medium risk, while parts of southern and western provinces remain at low risk. The flooding risk is attributed to high soil moisture levels caused by persistent rains linked to the Intertropical Convergence Zone. Authorities are advising the public to avoid flooded areas, rivers, and streams, refrain from driving during heavy rains, and keep surroundings clear of debris as monitoring continues. We take our second break. On the other side, join me for sports and international news.
Hi, I'm Matt, and you're watching Light TV. Hi,
Admission is now open. Are you looking for a nurturing environment that fosters academic excellence, creativity, and personal growth for your children? Look no further than Christ Life School. Our dedicated team of educators and staff are committed to providing a world-class education that prepares students for success in an ever-changing world. With a focus on holistic development, we offer a range of programs and activities that cater to the unique needs and interests of each student. Why choose Christ Life School? We have experienced and passionate teachers, state-of-the-art facilities and resources, personalized attention and support, opportunities of extracurricular activities and talent development, strong emphasis on values and character development. So there you go. Admission is now open for 2026. Enroll today. Contact +260 976 840 108 or +260 968 594 434 or send an email on christlifeschoolzm@gmail.com. Christ Life School.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We continue with the news. In sports news, Zambia is celebrating a weekend of football success after the national futsal team qualified for the 2026 Africa Cup of Nations finals in Morocco. FAS President Keith Mwemba praised the team's 2-0 win over Ghana in the second leg of the final qualifying round. He noted that in the first leg, they trailed by 2 goals at halftime, but fought back to a 6-0 draw to secure qualification. Mwemba said the team has shown great mental strength and hopes they carry the same fighting spirit into Morocco. He also welcomed Zesco United's CAF Confederation Cup victory, a 1-0 over Egyptian giants Zamalek in Ndola, with Hamed Hiver scoring the first goal. The FAS president further praised Power Dynamos for a vital CAF Champions League win and the Zambia Under-20 women's team for a 1-0 draw with Uganda, urging all teams to maintain the same hunger and determination to win. In international news, Britain's Prince William and Princess Catherine have said they are deeply concerned by the latest revelations from the Jeffrey Epstein files, which continue to unfold in the United States. A spokesperson for the Prince and Princess of Wales issued the statement amid global attention on the newly released documents. Their comments stress that their thoughts remain with the victims of abuse, highlighted in the ongoing scandal. The latest tranche of vows has put renewed scrutiny on Prince Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, who has already been stripped of his royal titles and duties in connection with past ties to Epstein. Buckingham Palace response comes as public and political pressure grows in both the UK and the United States for clarity and accountability from figures named in the documents. William and Catherine's statement is the first official comment from the senior royal couple on the matter, reflecting the seriousness of the revelations and the concern it has caused within royal circles and among citizens. That note brings us to the end of the main news. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema urges Africa to build regional value chains. Cholera cases rise as flooding heightens health risks. Public Service Workers Union defends 700 kwacha salary increment. Ex-addict to mentor 60 students as Riverside Farm tackles drug abuse. And Zambia Futsal qualifies for AFCON. First President praises team. Thank you for tuning in. Stay inspired.